All right, now back with head coach Justin Blood. The Owls, of course, sweeping the doubleheader today, improving to 3-1 in the LEC, and also getting their 5th win in a row. Ryan and I were kind of talking about it in the broadcast. You guys are in somewhat similar spot as you started last year, but certainly a good way to start as well. How do you think you guys can finish off, April better this year?
I think we just said to the guys in the huddle, this is certainly a good effort today, and to walk anytime you can sweep, it's a big deal on a conference weekend. But we've got some good teams coming up. We got Eastern, UMass Boston, Southern Maine. So we've got some of the better teams in the league that we're going to see the next couple of weeks, and that's kind of been how the schedule has played out the last 2 years. So, like you said, we were in a similar spot last year, and unfortunately, I think the big difference last year at this time was when Phil went down with the injury. And I think right now, even though the pitchers today were a little frustrating in terms of commanding the zone, getting ahead in counts, we made some big pitches when we had to. I thought Troy Brennan was great. Dave Floyd was good. Ellison made some good pitches when he needed to. But I think our pitching staff is slowly improving this year. And at this time last year, we lost Phil and forced some other guys into some different roles, and we were just kind of leaking a little bit on the mound. So, we hope offensively and defensively we can continue to improve, and I think the pitching is moving in the right direction. So hopefully that will help us finish out April a little stronger.
Yeah, you guys got, as you mentioned, some terrific relief pitching today, but I think especially from Troy Brennan. What did you like specifically out of him today, just coming in?
He did what some of the other guys did, and I thought David Floyd did this when he first came in the first game, but Troy, got strike one on almost every single guy. I don't have the box score in front of me or the stat line in front of me for that, but it felt like he was 0-1 on most every hitter when he came in, and it felt like the other pitchers today, we were behind in the count 2-1 or 1-0, and just were kind of fighting to make some pitches behind in the count, and Troy did a really good job getting ahead, getting them to take some uncomfortable swings, some weak ground balls, and then he put a couple guys away via the strikeout when he had the chance to. So he was very impressive today, did a great job.
So this year it feels like, obviously you're getting good production out of your leadoff guys, but it also feels like kind of the back end of the lineup is really, really pulling their weight as well. What has kind of impressed you the most about those guys, kind of, not necessarily maybe in the top of the order, but doing their job in the back half?
Well, I think, Evan Calley in the 9-hole, and he didn't have the greatest day today, but it wasn't a bad day for him. But we've tried telling him, and, we have a lot of confidence in his abilities. If and when he puts it together, he's an all-conference type player just because of his athleticism. I mean, you saw the bunt in the end of the second game. Like, he's very fast twitch. He can drive the baseball. He works counts. He's been getting on base a ton. So to have him in the 9-hole and then have those other guys coming up we like him in that spot. Evan McHugh has been having good at-bats. Ham Barnes has been having good at-bats. There's a couple other guys we got to get going, but McHugh and Ham have had some consistent at-bats, and obviously Otis isn't at the back end of the lineup anymore. He's been swinging the bat well and has found himself into the middle of the lineup, but that's been very impactful too.
So your next game is supposed to be Tuesday at Eastern Connecticut State. Eastern Connecticut's always a very tough opponent. What are you looking forward to about that one?
Well, I think this year, again, going back to the pitching, we got Yak, we got Jake that we can throw against people on a Tuesday now. So, a guy who was a conference guy for us last year and is still a conference guy for us. But last year we were kind of piecemealing the Tuesdays, especially after Phil got hurt, just trying to figure out how we were going to get through 9 innings and be competitive. And now we have a guy who has experience in the conference and isn't afraid and is going to come after people. So that's going to be a big addition for us, is just having that guy on a Tuesday we can throw against Castleton and Eastern that knows how to compete against that competition.
All right, always a treat with head coach Justin Blood after every game. We thank you again for your time, and congrats on the doubleheader sweep today.
All right, thank you guys.
At Keene State College, life is an adventure. You'll forge your path forward. As an owl, you'll take on challenges in the classroom, field, court, or track. Every worthwhile adventure has its share of blood, sweat, and tears. It takes hard work and dedication. No owl flies alone on their journey at Keene State. Teammates, coaches, professors, alumni, and fellow owls are with you along the way. They lift you up as you continue forward. When you're part of Owl Nation, you become the person you truly want to be.
Back here on the Owls Media Network, the Owls get the doubleheader sweep today, winning Game 1 11-4. Game 2 by a final of 6-2. And the Owls will be off on Tuesday to face Eastern Connecticut State. Looking forward to that matchup. You can catch that on their athletics website. For Ryan Goodwin, for Ryan Hearn, for everybody on our Owls Media Network production staff, this has been another presentation of Keene State Owls Baseball. We thank you very much for tuning in. Have a good night. Looks in. Here's the pitch. The 0-2. Cut on a miss. 4, strike 3, and the Owls have won it. They've swept the Western Connecticut State Wolves this afternoon. They improved to 11-12 and 3-1 in the LEC this season. A great start.
You have been watching a Keene State Athletics broadcast on the Owls Media Network. Please tune in to our next broadcast and thank you for watching.